Good day, scholars. Today we're going to be getting used to using SketchUp. All right, and what SketchUp is, it is a 3D modeling program that allows you to create things in a 3D environment. And what we're going to do first here is when you get logged in with Google. All right, this is the home page here, right? So you have home account, Google Drive. We'll be using that later. You also have ways to create new stuff with templates and opening other files from your drive, which we'll be using. But today we're just going to click on start modeling in the middle. You might want to do the take it tour real quick, but I'm just going to get started modeling just to kind of give us see what we're working with here. And first, what you'll see is you'll see a few things. You'll see this creepy dude, this ugly guy with a shirt. This guy's here just to give you an idea of how big things are in the world. If you want to get rid of him, you can just click on him and hit backspace, which will delete him. But I'm going to keep him there because I think he's fun. Um, the next thing we notice are these lines. Okay, so we have this green line, we have this red line, and then we have this blue line, and then we also have opposite lines that extend out that are the same colors that are dotted. Okay, and what these represent are the axes, right? So this is an x-axis, this is an y-axis, and then this is a z-axis. Basically, that just tells us, gives us an idea of where things are, and it'll kind of make some more sense as you see how things work. But we're just going to jump in real quick. What I'm going to be making today, I'm going to be following this document that's on the module, and you have some shortcuts here that'll help you out. What we're going to be making today is we're going to be making a six-sided dice. Also, it's a die. When you say dice, it means you have two at least. But we're going to be making a six-sided die. And just in case you don't know what that is, right? If I type in dice, we're going to be making one of these, right? That's what we're going to be making. And before we get started, let's kind of go over some stuff on this page here. So in the top left, you have the menu stuff, the save button, the undo and redo, and you'll be saving stuff using this, and you'll be saving it in Google Drive. Okay. On the left side of the creation tools and the viewing tools, and on the right side is for more cosmetic stuff. And we'll get into all these individually more as we learn about them. The big ones we're going to be using today are the shape tools here, so rectangles, circles, that kind of stuff. We're also going to be using, I believe, the push pull tool, and then of course the camera tools. Okay, and the camera tools are down here. I'm going to be using those as we go forward. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my camera tool here, and I'm going to pan over a little bit to give me some room, and I'm also going to orbit a little bit. And I'm going to make my dice, right? I'm going to make it right here. So the first thing we need is a rectangle, obviously. So I'm going to go on the left side here. So look at my cursor. I'm going to go on the left side here and click on this rectangle, and I'm going to select a rectangle. And I'm just going to click once and then pull out. So I can make my rectangle however big I want to make it. But we want to make it 4 feet by 4 feet. And if you look in the very bottom right corner, you'll see dimensions, and it's showing the dimensions of that rectangle that I'm about to place. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it here, and I'm not going to touch my trackpad or my mouse anymore. I'm going to type in, if you look at the dimensions here in the bottom right, I'm going to type in 4, all right, because 4 feet, and a 4, and then an apostrophe, and that stands for feet, okay? And I'm going to do comma, and then 4 apostrophe again. I know it's really tiny in the bottom right there, so I'm just going to do 4 apostrophe, comma, 4 apostrophe, and then I'm going to hit enter, right? And there, it's made my square 4 feet by 4 feet, all right? The next thing we're going to do is we're going to pull up. We're going to make this is just a flat square, okay? It's flat. We're going to make this have some more dimensionality, okay? So first, what I want to do is I want to pan over a little bit to give us some room here, and I'm going to go on the left, and I'm going to click on this push pull tool. So if you click on it and you look at it, it'll say push pull. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to go over the square here. You'll see a bunch of little dots. So you click once. We're going to pull up, and again, you see the dimensions of the bottom right side of the corner. Okay, I need this to be 4 feet again. So what I'm going to do? Okay, I'm not going to click yet. I'm gonna type in 4, and I'm going to do an apostrophe, and I'm going to hit enter. So now if I go to my orbit tool here, I have a 4 foot by 4 foot by 4 foot cube. Okay, and that's the beginning of our dice. All right, now what I need to do is I need to start drawing the dots on our die, right? So I'm going to do the first dot, just the number one, real quick, and we need to figure out the center point of this square, right? The easiest way to do that would be to go over to the line tool. Okay, so let me highlight this real quick. Over to the line tool here, click on it, and click on line. And from here, I'm going to go to the endpoint here in the top left. See how it turns into like a green little circle? Click once, bring it down all the way to the bottom right, and that'll make a line from the very one corner to the other corner. And I'll do the same thing. And now this intersection is the very center of this square. So what we can do is we can go over to our shapes again, and we can select a circle, click on the middle point, and we can drag out and make the circle. Now we want the circle to be 6 inches. Okay. So when we did feet, we typed in the number and then we did an apostrophe for foot. Okay. This is only one dimension because it's the radius, and we want the radius to be 6 inches. So all we're going to do is we're going to type in six. Okay, six, and then we're going to hit enter. Boom, it gives me a circle. Okay, of 6 inches. And I didn't put apostrophes in. You'll see in the bottom right here, if you look at the bottom right, six, it just assumes inches because I'm in inches and feet. If I put six apostrophe, it would think it's 6 feet. So in this case, we made the radius 6 inches. Now what we got to do is we got to clean this up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the eraser, and I'm just going to click on these lines, get rid of the lines. I don't need the lines anymore. Boom, we have our dot. And now the last thing we need to do for our dot is to make it, a black, right? Because it's a white dice. We're going to make it the circle black. So all I'm going to do, again, I'm going to find my tools. I'm going to go to the paint bucket. I'll click on the paint bucket. I'm going to boom. Oh wait, no, I need to make it black. My bad. Black. Boom. There we go. Make sure to select your colors, y'all. I didn't do that. And now I have my first dot. Okay. Now what I need to do is I need to make the rest of my dots on all of my sides. So your job is to figure out where the dots on the other sides go, right? So look at pictures of a dice. Okay, what's on the opposite side of the one? I don't know. You're gonna have to look at a dice and try and figure that out. And two, how you're going to line up all of the dots on each of the sides. Okay, so do your best to make them line up correctly. Make sure you're using your dimensions correctly, and try and get all 6 sides of your dice completed by the end of the class Tuesday. All right, if you got any questions, let me know. Um, if you're having trouble with it, just do your best. Try to make it look like an actual real dice that's 4 feet by 4 feet with 6 inch radius circle.